Well, if it isn't the consequences to my own actions. If you're on TikTok, you know exactly what that is from. But anyways, we're talking about people. Entitled people who stared their consequences in the face. I hate when that happens. Like, that's probably the worst part of adulting, you know, when you do something and then you know, there's consequences to what you do. And then you're just like, I'm just staring my consequences in the face. Like when I'm hungover. You know, when you're like violently hungover and you're just like, like this is my fault. These are the consequences to my actions. Anyways, my wife was jogging and a man starts driving slow and catcalling her. Doesn't realize it's a red light and rear ends a truck, totally destroying his Prius. Cop was stopped at the same red light and saw the whole situation. Cop laughed and asked my wife to fill out a witness statement. It was a busy street, so when I say driving slow, I mean he slowed down while passing her, probably hit the lady in the truck, doing about 35 in a 50. Oh, so he really slowed down to catcall, which is so creepy and disgusting. I just want to know, for anyone who's catcalling out there, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to yell at your window, oh, hey, baby, you look good while you're jogging. And then I'm like, oh my God, let's hang out. Let me get in your car. What do you expect to come from that? I'm just wondering. Happened while visiting New York. I watched someone bend down to pick up a wallet someone ahead of them had just dropped. All of this was going down in the crosswalk and I was in the passenger seat with my dad driving. Guy A, who picked up the wallet, began to run it to Guy B, who was already across the street. And while doing so, his wallet fell out of his pocket and on the sidewalk / crosswalk area. Y'all pockets are short or what? Like, why are your wallets falling out so easily? Some dude in the bike lane rode up a little ways ahead, bent down and picked it up and just started heading off. Just grabbed it and began to ride away like a bunch of cars hadn't just watched him. My dad was about to say something when a cop car adjacent to us swerved in front of the cycler and made him give it back. Cycler bumped into the cop car and was trying to go around when he was tackled. I think they might have arrested him, but the light changed, so we didn't get to stick around and find out. That's terrible. Imagine, had he been successful and got away, you were just returning someone's wallet for them, and in that, you dropped yours and someone took yours. Like, that would suck. That would suck. All you're trying to do is do something good. Can't imagine losing a wallet. Actually, I've lost a wallet. It sucks. A guy kicked a dog and ran full speed into a brick wall as the dog chased him. I have words to pick with you, okay? Kicking dogs? What the hell are you kicking a dog for? Hope that dog got a hold of you. Saw some lady road raging hard at slow traffic going over a dangerous mountain pass. She was trying to run people off the road, trying to get around them. I've never seen anything like it. She could have killed someone. Saw her getting forcefully arrested by like 6 cops at the bottom of the mountain on the other side, face pinned to the hood and screaming. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Because not only, like, first of all, if you're on a dangerous mountain pass by trying to run some off the road, technically you're trying to run them off the freaking mountain. Like, driving through a mountain is beautiful, but like also, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I got a lot of trust issues with the world, you know, in the universe. Knowing my luck, it'd be a freaking landslide or something that day. Drunk guy at the bar started yelling at the bartender for cutting him off. Called her B, the B word, and horrible. I don't know if I can say that word, multiple times, and then tried to scoot his bar stool back. Instead, it got caught on the carpet and he fell backwards like a tree falling. It made a very audible thud, and of course, everyone stops what they're doing to look. He laid there for a minute, got up, and stumbled to the dance floor as everyone continued to stare at him. Definitely never saw him again. I love that. I do not miss bartending for that reason, okay? Because dealing with drunk people when you're sober sucks already. But when you're doing it and it's your job, so you have to like fake your little customer service thing. Like, can you imagine this? Couldn't do it. I couldn't hold in the sass, but it's like, you gotta be professional. I don't wanna. I don't like people talking to me that way. The washers and dryers in my apartment building are run through Bluetooth. Wow, that's fancy. And an app that you download on your phone. Holy smokes. I figured out that if I put my phone on airplane mode while simultaneously pressing the start button on the machine, the washer would start, but I wouldn't get charged. I was so proud, tried the same thing on the dryer and it worked. Went to get my clothes out of the dryer an hour later and everything was covered in melted Hershey Kisses. Yeah, that was the universe's way of saying, hey now, We know you found a loophole and life is expensive, but you gotta pay. You gotta pay. I hit my girlfriend in the forehead with a spinning fidget spinner. She chased me, I jumped on my bed, and my ceiling fan smacked the living out of me. She was on the floor laughing for a solid 5 minutes. I am a firm believer in karma now. Or maybe just idiocy on my part. Yeah. Like, you jumped on your bed and you have a ceiling fan. Like, maybe just not the best decision. It would have happened had you not hit her in the head. Like, at any point that you jumped on your bed, that probably would have happened. One day, a few years ago, I was grabbing McDonald's near work to eat something last second before my shift. It was one of those 2-lane microphone deals. I blatantly finish ordering before the other lane before he stomps on the gas to cut me off. His car breaks down right there and I get to take my rightful turn in line. I hate those 2 lanes. I understand what they're trying to do and making it like a quicker process, yada yada, but that is like, people fight over, no, I finish first, no, I finish first. And sometimes you can't actually hear. So I don't know if I finished first. I think I finished first. And then you get up there and they're like, oh, is this your order? And it's like, nope. Because people just go out of order. Was buying some drinks at a Circle K one day while visiting someone in Florida, and these old tourists cut us in line, all while complaining and yelling loudly about everything. How expensive everything is, how crowded the beach is, it's too hot, etc. They're also really rude to the cashier and taking forever, arguing about the prices of the hot dogs that they were trying to buy or something. They leave, and as we walk out, we witness a seagull come and snatch the guy's hot dog right out of his hand. His wife then shrieks and proceeds to drop hers out of surprise. Oh my god, no. I gotta sneeze. We're not allowing me to sneeze, you guys. If you missed it in my last video, I'm extremely sick right now. I've had a really rough go. I've been sick like 2 out of 4 weeks this month. And when I sneeze, it like opens a whole faucet of mucus. It's disgusting. So every time I sneeze, like my nose will just drain for like 6 hours. So while I film, we're not allowing me to sneeze. I know it isn't that big of a deal, but it was so hilarious watching that happen that I still remember it 5 years later. Well, it's just ironic that they were complaining about the hot dog prices specifically, and then theirs got stolen by the seagulls. Like, that is very ironic. I bet they went back in and demanded new ones. Guarantee. Guarantee. They probably blamed it on the employee or something. We are driving home late from work one night, both bartenders. It's maybe midnight. We live in a small community and we were at the 1/4 mile section that goes from 55 to 45 to 35 to 25. A giant lifted truck decided that he wanted to continue going 55. He was up our ass. Brights on, so close you couldn't even see his bumper. It was like his lights were in our car. That's terrifying. Pretty much 2 seconds after one of us said, "Where's the cop when you need one?" a deputy passed us going the opposite direction and immediately flipped a biatch and pulled him over. I hate when people do that. When people, first of all, when people have their brights on and they're behind you, when it's like not necessary, you know? So annoying and inconsiderate. But also when they're up your ass. Like, get off me. Maybe I'm a little grumpy because I'm sick. I'm just kidding. I'm not even grumpy. I'm just sassy. Speaking of sassy, I love seeing all your merch posts. Things are starting to get delivered. Some of my family members who ordered stuff started getting their stuff. Their mugs are in, their shirts, their sweaters. I'm so excited. If you guys have not checked it out yet, jocebedard.com. It's also right on my YouTube page. There's a storefront, but you can get the whole collection on the website. Watch an entitled angry man abuse and belittle his server to the point of tears. Then he hitched up his belt and looked pleased with himself as he swaggered off the restaurant deck, tripped on the stairs, and face planted in the sand on the beach. This was a vacation FLA? The fuck? FLA? The hell's that? My wife looked, I just know people are gonna come for me and be like, oh my God, FLA is this. I just know. I thought it was Florida when I first saw it. My wife looked mortified as I laughed right out loud at the guy. He got up, saw everyone staring and at least one person openly laughing, and quick stepped off the beach. As you should. I hate when people are rude to like waiters or anyone. I don't like when people are rude as it is, but especially to like wait staff. When I see people being rude to like somebody, like Drives me nuts. Also, now I'm gonna look up, just for all the haters. And because maybe I'll learn something today. FLA. Okay, when you type that in, it's Family Law Act. That's what pops up. Like, no. Vacation in FLA. Florida? That's what pops up. So was I right? I thought that was Florida. I've just never seen someone write a FLA for Florida. I've learned something today. That I was correct. If it means Florida, I was correct. I was waiting at a red light to cross the main street of my town. My light goes green, so I start driving. At the same time, a truck to my right starts going. I hit my brakes to avoid hitting him, and this kid is looking at me like I'm the a-hole. As soon as he's clear, I finish crossing, and I see the lights start flashing. He ran the red while being directly in front of a cop. That sounds like what happened to me, except I'm not an a-hole and it was an honest mistake. But I was driving to the gym in the morning and I always take the same way and I turn at the same light every time. However, I left like 10 minutes later than usual and it was like, oh hi! Lila has joined me. You guys, watch Lila tuck herself in under these blankets. I hope she does it and I hope you can see. It's so funny. Oh, you trying to find your spot? Oh, maybe this side. She is hilarious. She has to be buried under the comforter. I told you guys that in the other video. There she goes. And she will dig and find the end of the blanket. You're so funny. Okay, yeah, you're moving everything. Yeah, I'm sitting on a bed right now. Okay. Yeah, well, she's a trip. Anyways, I left 10 minutes later than usual. So I'm at the light that I always turn left at. And the person behind me honks. So I felt like they were telling me like, hurry up or something. I was like, oh, I'm going. So I turn left. It's a cop right behind me. Lights on, I pull over. And sure enough, apparently you can't turn left at that intersection after 7 a.m. And it was like 7:05. And she was honking, she said. She was very nice. And she was honking to try to tell me like, no, don't turn left there. But I thought she was telling me to hurry. I didn't know she was a cop. Anyways, she was very nice, but I got a ticket. How annoying. She totally did not have to give me that ticket. Like, it was 5 minutes, ma'am. But whatever. I was pleasant and she was pleasant and I paid my ticket and I learned my lesson. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. And I hope you guys are all healthy and that no one is sick. Like me. Okay, goodbye.